Almonte's Key Food, proudly serving communities throughout Brooklyn, Queens, and Long Island for over 30 years. When you shop Key Food, you'll always find fresh products, great weekly specials, and exceptional personalized service. Visit at any of their Key Food stores at 8235 153rd Avenue, Lindenwood, New York, 935 Rosedale Road, Valley Stream, New York, and 6620 Avenue U, Brooklyn, New York.
Katz and Cosby, entertaining and informative
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Let's get some information about, well, tomorrow's California.
Yeah, and we got a song for that one.
Go ahead.
California, here I come, right back where I started from.
Well, with us today is Sean Spicer. You want to bring him in, Rita?
Absolutely. Former White House press secretary, also host here on WABC Radio. Sean, great to have you. Give us the lowdown. I guess everyone's first talking about California because tomorrow night, and I can't wait, I'll be on. I can't wait to hear what happens between the mayor's race. You got potentially, you've got the great reality star there, Spencer Pratt, going up against Bass and the other one. And then you've got also the governor's race. Will there be a Republican maybe making it to the finals? What do you think, Sean?
Well, it's good to be with you guys. So look, there's. Let me take these piece by piece. I'll start with the mayor's race. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to be more positive about. So here's the deal. Just like all these races in California, tomorrow's really a runoff. The top two candidates go on to the general election in November. Both of these races, understand the following. Anybody that's telling you where the race stands today is either really high, lying, or stupid.
Or all of the above.
All of the above. Yeah, seriously. Good point. If you're calling California, they're probably all the above. But I say that because a two-party, multi-candidate race is almost impossible to screen for. So, normally it's you're trying to get the head-to-head. You do a screen by voter history and party and whatever. When you have both parties in a jungle primary, multiple candidates trying to figure out who's going to get out and vote, and you have to do it, and you've got independents in there as well, almost impossible. I say that because when I hear people say, well, the race currently is, they're reading from a script, they're not smart. So here's what I think. In the LA race, mayor's race, there's really the big question is the following. Does Spencer Pratt, the Republican, make it to the runoff? There's like 18 people running, and so it's not a given because there's a council member that's running that's very popular. So you have to be in the top two. And then here's where it gets, and I don't mean to be the downer, but here's the reality. When this thing goes head-to-head, and it's Spencer Pratt potentially versus Karen Bass, you have, it's just, I just don't see a world yet. And I say yet because there's still time where the majority of folks who live in LA are Democratic voters, a lot of people of color, a lot of low-income folks who don't have that liberal pissed offness that Spencer Pratt's appealing to. He's appealing to a lot of white liberals that are finally pissed off because there's crack addicts and homeless people and druggies in their front yard and down the street, and no one seems to do anything about it in their beloved Democratic Party. But that's not getting down to the rank and file voters yet. Karen Bass has been in Congress a long time before she became mayor. And I only say this because Spencer Pratt has some great videos. I think he's got an amazing message, but races aren't won because you've got a bunch of viral videos. You've got to do the grunt work. You've got to ID your voters. You do your get out the vote effort, et cetera, et cetera. So call me a little bit more skeptical in the general election. Then on the governor's race, it's not that far off. I am looking right now. I had a friend, a viewer of my show, send me the list. It says the California official voter guides from California. Okay. It is one page of people, Matt Mahan, Amanda Martin, Bren Malpin, Daniel. I'm just reading the M's. These are all the people on the ballot running for governor. Okay. It's a page long. Okay. These are all the people running for governor tomorrow, and the top two win. There's probably five folks that are in double digits right now. And this is where, again, the sort of the reality sets in for folks. Tomorrow, Javier Becerra, the former congressman, former attorney general, former HHS secretary, disaster, by the way, is apparently surging right now. But you've got a bunch of other, Tom Steyer, Katie Porter, Anthony Villagrosa, a lot of other big names. And then you've got two prominent Republicans, Steve Hilton, a former Fox News host, and Chad Bianco, the sheriff of Riverside. If Republicans were to, in some crazy scenario, pick off the top two spots, it would be a glorious day. But here's reality, John and Rita. I don't see that happening. If this is a Democrat versus Steve Hilton, who's probably the more favored Republican at this point, because President Trump endorsed him, I think it ends right then. There's no scenario, unless you've got Tom Steyer's money as a Republican, that you're going to win statewide in California. I don't mean to be the downer. That's just the truth. Unless Republicans were to miraculously get both seats, tomorrow's the end of the run. And there's a lot of scenarios where actually Democrats get both the number one and the number two slot. The mayor's race, again, I think Spencer Pratt could get that number two slot.
Right.
I just don't see him winning in the general.
Now,
so
we got a few minutes. Sean, we only got a few minutes left, and I want to get your pulse on the senator races. I mean, you did a great job talking about it the other day.
Thank you, John. I do it every Sunday for those of you who are WABC fanatics, and I love being able to break it down. So here's the deal. Republicans have a 3-seat majority in the Senate. They technically kind of have a 4-seat because J.D. Vance is the vice president. He'd break it. There are 9 seats in contention right now. 2 of them, Texas and Iowa, I don't think are really in play. But so if you take those 2 out, that puts 7 seats in play. Alaska, Maine, North Carolina, Ohio, Iowa, New Hampshire, and Georgia. Democrats would need to run the table. The Cliff Note version is this. Democrats have to run the table to win the Senate. They're not going to do that. Ohio, John Husted will beat Sherrod Brown. I think we will keep our seat that Joni Ernst is retiring from in Iowa, and Ashley Hinson will win that seat. She's the likely Republican nominee. North Carolina is going to be a challenge. That's a Republican incumbent, Tom Tillis, that's retiring. Puts former Governor Roy Cooper up against former RNC Chairman Michael Whatley. I think, obviously, in Maine, I don't need to say anything more, but the people of Maine have to decide whether they want to keep Susan Collins, who's done a fantastic job representing Maine, or they want a guy who's a Nazi that talks about women deserving sexual assault, belittle veterans who have received Purple Hearts for their service.
And also, by the way, did you see the new one? The sexting. His wife even apparently came forward about his bad sexting habits. I mean, that you can't make it up. Sean.
You got to tell me. The thing that blew my mind is that's what's apparently the straw that breaks the camel's back. The guy has a Nazi tattoo for 18 years, talks about blacks and women the way he does it, and then someone goes, "Oh yeah, he sent some sexual texts." I'm like, wait, that's what stopped you? But anyway, I mean,
exactly.
Look, you look down the list of races. Dan Sullivan, the current incumbent in Alaska, again, I think he'll be very strong. New Hampshire's an open seat that's a Democrat hold where I think, that's possible. But I think even if they hold that, the problem right now for Democrats is they got to defend themselves in New Hampshire and in Georgia. And so I'm just telling you, do not listen to the pundits. Go race by race. And the reality is, I think Republicans even have a shot in Michigan of picking up a seat.
Is that Rogers? Is Mike Rogers? Is that Mike Rogers?
Mike Rogers.
I put my money on Mike Rogers.
Mike Rogers, the former 8th district. I used to call him Landslide Rogers. He ran his first race by 22 votes. He's a former FBI agent, and he's running against 3 absolute clowns. One of them, El Said, is
Abdul El Said,
which I'm sure.
Right.
A socialist and an Islamist, the perfect team.
Yeah, perfect combo. By the way, Sean, hang on. We got some interesting breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. WABC.
Two major companies may be leaving New Jersey for Texas. Tell us, Rita.
Yeah, this is really interesting, John. ExxonMobil is moving its legal headquarters to Spring, Texas, and it's a pretty big portion of their business. A lot of it's already in Texas, but they said, we are moving now to Texas. That's from New Jersey. And then the other one that just broke, guys, is Samsung Electronics is moving its U.S. headquarters from New Jersey to Texas. So that's big. You got Exxon Legal and you got Samsung Electronics.
I guess New Jersey has to have some layoffs because of the taxes they pay.
Your thoughts, Sean, real quick. This is sort of part of the trend.
Are you guys fans of Ella Langley, that hot new country star that has a brand new hit called "Choosing Texas"? I have a feeling that the folks in New Jersey are going to hear that played a few times now, because this is what left-wing politics will do. You see everybody migrating to Florida and Texas. I think you're going to see a lot more of it.
Out of New York, Ken Griffith, I'm not sure he's going to build that $6 billion building.
Yeah, that's right. He said on hold.
Oh, look, John, you're a very successful businessman, and I have a feeling that you know there's no way that businesses with these kind of policies can sustain themselves. So all these people who get a choice are saying no way.
Don't keep all your eggs in one basket in New York. That's what it is. That's what the definition is.
Sean, thank you so much.
Shopping at your stores, then you can put all your eggs, right, John?
Yes.
Hey,
shopping
good
at one of
point.
your stores, then you put all your eggs in that basket.
Good point.
Thank you, Sean.
Get ready, Staten Island. It's time to celebrate 5 years of Ferry Hawks baseball.
This week, come out to the ballpark as the Ferry Hawks welcome in the Hagerstown Flying Boxcars at Staten Island University Hospital Community Park for a homestand on June 10th for a 5-game series as the Ferry Hawks welcome in the Hagerstown Flying Boxcars. Individual game tickets start at just $12.
Visit ferryhawks.com now to lock in your seats.